the term living library. And when I say living library, I want to equate what we do out there to a library where when you pull a book off the shelf, because you've been taught the structure of the English language through the alphabet, how words form, and then how words make sentences and so on, you can decipher those images you see and make sense of it. So you can assume information from deciphering alphabets. Every tree is a book. Every butterfly is a book. Every bald eagle is a book. Every marsh, muskrat lodge, fox den, anything like that is a book. If you know how to decipher, you can be exposed to an awful lot of information. So we call it a living library because when you go out there, it's not just a forest. It's an oak tree or a maple tree or a sycamore tree or a sweet gum tree or a wild cherry tree or wild raspberries or blackberries. Or you know the difference between a swallowtail and a monarch, a toad and a frog. And you then understand how human activity can be compatible with nature's design by being exposed to this kind of a setting, hence a living library. Our mission is to teach the geologic, ecologic, human history of the Chesapeake Bay watershed. That also includes an understanding of physics, which deals with solar energy, gravity, electromagnetism, but then it includes things like environmental economics, the difference between sustainable development and sustainable growth. It includes conservation civics, how the political process does or does not work with good environmental policy. And it includes art, photography, poetry, painting, those kinds of things. So those are our 8 academic program areas that we want to teach from K through 12 in various public school systems. So what we would like our facility to be, among other things, is when the teachers teach children how to write a research paper, they can do a research paper on the evolution from a stone to a butterfly. They could do a research paper on the impacts of climate change, the Chesapeake Bay. They could do a research paper on the reason for declining commercial fishing in the Chesapeake Bay, a research paper on nutrient management for agriculture. There's a whole array of things that can be done, and that's one of our goals. I think there's a tragic loss. We're talking about a disconnect between what's in your backyard, what's in a nearby sand lot, what is in a forest or the beach that's only a few hundred yards or just a few miles from your house. There's a big disconnect with outdoor activities and children. And on top of that, it's worse because kids are almost never alone. They're either in front of a computer, they're with adults at school or adults at home, or they're texting somebody, or they're emailing somebody, or they're Facebooking somebody. They're never alone. They're never experiencing their own thoughts. We started taking kids out in June. We had them out all summer. We've taken a few groups out this fall. We've talked to the 3 county school systems, and they're developing programs now which will probably kick in sometime in February for Kent County and Queen Anne's. And we're thinking maybe Cecil as well. For Kent, it's likely to be the 3rd, 8th, and 9th grade. We're making progress in creating a program for 3 county school systems. And in the beginning, they were very hesitant about coming out. They didn't want to walk, they didn't want to hike, and they didn't want to canoe. And in less than a week, they couldn't wait to get out there. They couldn't wait to get into the woods and into the canoe and run through the marsh and discover what was out there. Even though one group, every single kid, about 20 of them, all got stung by the same beehive. And we were running away